Hello once again, and we're going to be talking about some more comedy programs now. Just 2 comedy programs. As we lost the great Rick Mao over a year ago, or just a year ago we did, which is sad really, because we lost a great comedy genius there, that being Rick Mao. Did I just say that? Did I say that, didn't I? Oh, for fuck's sake. I've already had a drink, so forgive me. So we're going to talk about 2 of my favourite comedies with Rick Mao in it. First one being from the 1980s, The Young Ones. Now, let's talk about The Young Ones for a minute. Only 2 series was made, which was, I suppose they couldn't carry on with it, maybe ran out of ideas, but the 2 series that they produced was very, very funny indeed. You got the Adrian Edmondson there as Vivian, Rick Mao was Wick, Nigel Planer, is it, as Neil, yeah man, and Christopher Ryan as Mike, the cool person. So there was 4 individual characters there, and it made it very good. And plus you had Alexis Sales doing his material, added to the comedy. It was absolutely funny, brilliant comedy. This is what the BBC had, and the BBC lost it all now, as I say, probably down to fucking snobby complainers. But I've said that enough times. I think everyone will agree with that. But we have lost the best comedies on the BBC. Well, it's no fucking comedy nowadays. But this, from early 1980s, was fantastic. This will always be one of my favourites of all time, because I started watching this when I was a kid. I was only 8 years old when I first saw that, and I didn't understand a lot of it being so young, but it was just how it was done. It was different from anything else what we saw. Well, my parent, my dad, because he likes all this comedy and all that. So it really stemmed from him. I got into stuff like 40 Towers and all the classic good comedies that unfortunately we don't have anymore. But this will always be the best to me. I mean, it's just, if you ain't seen it, watch it. I reckon you would like it, because that's what was comedy. It was alternative comedy, basically. What that meant was, it wasn't really a sitcom. It was alternative, mainly stand-up and things like that, because that was a little bit different from the normal comedy we had, well, back in the day. That sounds like the Red Arrows. I think it was a jet plane. Oh, I fucking missed it. It was a jet plane, so I think there might be an air show at Biggin Hill. Living quite close to Biggin Hill. It's missed the air shows. Anyway, let's get back to the subject in hand. Yes, Young Ones. Fantastic comedy, brilliant. Banter, everything you want. As I say, with the alternative comedies, I think back in the day, if it was an alternative comedy, you have to have a live band, and they did. So it added to the fun, it added to the atmosphere. It was good. It was brilliant. And now we're going to talk about the 90s, because I'd say in the 90s, maybe the late 2000s, early 2000s, maybe the late 90s, that's when comedy got shit and died. And another good comedy with Adrian Edmondson and Rick Mao. 3 series that this was made. Bottom. Brilliant. Absolute brilliant. The live ones, they were okay. I wasn't as much of a bigger fan as the live ones as I was with the TV series. Okay, you could get away with a lot more swearing and stuff on the live versions, but I don't know, it was a stage show, but it was still good. But I honestly did prefer the TV series, and once again it them two at their best. Fun, very funny written. There's a jet plane out there. What's going on? I hope they're going to disturb me. Always fucking when I'm doing this, just give me a show. Anyway, yeah. But if you haven't seen them, definitely watch them. Then you'll find out what comedy was really like back in the 80s and the 90s era. There's a lot more I can share with you, but I'm saying this is about, you know, two of my best Rick Mao comedies, and it had to be these two, because you had all the Adrian Edmondson in there and all the rest of them. But absolute funny. Both series was absolutely brilliant. All three series exactly the same. Absolutely brilliant. Can't tell you what one was the better comedy, because I absolutely thought they were both brilliant. Both had me laughing. Every single episode was fun, brilliant, and it's a shame we don't get comedy like that no more, because all the BBC, we got to be very fuck off planes. Bloody hell. There's definitely an air show going on. I might have to check that out. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Till next time, goodbye.